Very good.
Thank you very much for you to accept our invitation this time and give us a nice talk yesterday. We do have a couple of questions that we want to ask. The first one is why is a smart factory so important kind of an issue in German economy, and why it so became a popular kind of movement in the German economy in general?
Well, Germany was always a world market leader in industrial control equipment. Besides Japan, we are normally delivering all these goods for the world market for the automation of factories.
Right.
And as it is so important, we have to stay competitive on the world market, but the market is changing.
I see.
So right now we recognize that we need complete new solutions to make the next step into the future. And this is the use of IT technologies, the so-called smart technologies, to make our factories more adaptive to the changes of the world markets.
Yeah. Okay, so that could be kind of like market side of demand and market side of change and need. Can you think of any supply side of needs, like from German economy and labor market? And did you have any kind of supply side of issue too?
We are not only facing the technical changes, we are also facing the changes of the people working around, of the workforce, for example. So in Germany we have a very high educational standard. But on the other side, we have a society which has less and less people, because we are an aging society and not so many young people come up. So we have to prepare for this.
Nice.
The second side is that as with these changing markets, we hope that we will get more production closer to the customers again. That means closer to Germany. Yeah. And this will mean some sort of a European market which we have to prepare for. Nice. So these are the changes which we have to adapt in our economy, and I think the idea of having these smart technologies not only in the factory, so also in the smart cities, in smart health and so forth, will help us to really keep track with the developments in society and also on the markets.
I see. So I think we can see, those demand coming from supply side and demand side. So now why don't we get into like actual practical kind of question. So when we trying to build a smart factory and develop a smart factory plan, developing smart factory, what would be the kind of like process that we need to go through?
So we talk about the smart factory. I think there will be not the smart factory in the beginning, but there will be an evolutionary, that means step-by-step approach into the future. So normally you don't start with a greenfield approach of having a complete new plant on the green meadow, but you normally start with tiny little things. So mostly it's upgrading your legacy systems which exist already today. Nice. So how do we do this best? So normally is first of all look into the current situation, what a specific company has already today. On the other side, what there are specific requirements from the market, that means from their customers. Look for the existing equipment they have, and then try to identify, as I call it, the low-hanging fruit. So first of all, go into those pieces which bring you the best return on investment, for example, or which are driven by the market, that you can deliver your products in more variants much faster. So there are specific requirements which you can fulfill first. And then go stepwise into this process. So first of all, perhaps you just exchange some of your parts of the machines by some more network parts, for example. Or you introduced smart devices for your workers so that they always can see what the status of the production right now is. So this will be some sort of a step one. And then step two, perhaps when you order the next, let's say, assembly system or packaging line or whatever, then you order it already in a new version. That means that you have everything connected to the internet, to an internet bus system in Ethernet or something like this, or you order directly a 5G in future, and then you have this new line, and you have a specific return on investment which you can calculate. And perhaps the last step will be then to convert a complete factory, but this will be the last step after you have the experience already with the first steps, I guess.
I see.